company by the name of Mars Hydro contacted me a little while ago. They had watched some of my videos about seed starting and stuff, and they saw that I was short on actual grow lights for what I'm doing, and they offered to provide me with a commercial type LED grow light and a tent that matches it for to use for my seed starting. So it came by the postal service and arrived in 2 large boxes. The poor mail lady had filled the whole back of her little tiny truck that she has. And this is the first unboxing of them, exactly how they were shipped and what they look like. And I'm going to show you a little assembly of them also. So that first one I opened up was the actual grow light itself. And this one is the grow tent enclosure. Now these really are a really nice heavy-duty version, which you'll see in a little while. But they arrived in great shape, and I don't even know why they used that second box on them. And this is just the first look at that light. I'm opening that up, and it's kind of tiny looking when I first looked at it, but it's supposed to be good for a 3x3 foot area of vegetable plants. And it comes with some wiring and a hanger kit, a little user manual that's a little bit confusing, and a nice long power cord on it. And this is a 1000 watt rated grow light that actually consumes 150 watts, and it does also include some IR LEDs, I think, too. So, it was packed really well. These foam blocks just fit it perfect, and, real dense foam and everything. So you can see it arrived in actual perfect condition. And this company does offer a 3-year warranty. Now, they gave you stickers, and it can show you, that kind of shows you what the main purpose of this light and enclosure is for. But in New York, we can't do that. So I'm going to be using it for my garden veggies. And there's what the light panel looks like. Whole bunch of surface mount LEDs. And then it's got a big, heavy LED driver on there. Really commercial type thing that's screwed on the top. And it looks like there's 2 little thumb screws. You could actually remote mount that if you wanted to. And then it's got a little switch box on there that actually has some plugs for linking them together, so you can link several of these lights together and control them with one of the boxes. So there you can see the LED driver actually plugs into the side of the panel there, and you see there's quite a bit of cord there. So if you wanted to remote mount that, you could. And that's pretty much all the assembly you have to do on this, and just the hangers. Then there's a switch there, just to power on and off, and then there's a brightness control knob on there, and then this is that little jack cord that comes with them. It's like a phone cord that you plug. You can daisy chain from unit to unit and control multiple units with just one of these, just the one main one. So it comes with that cable also. Really nice looking, nice clean package, nice looking little thing. And it came with quite a long power cord. I think it's about 8 foot altogether. Heavy duty. And it's got a nice little 3-prong connector in the middle there, so you can actually feed it through the feed-throughs on the grow tent and stuff, and not have to, dismount everything and snake it too far. And then it also comes with, this one actually came with a hanging kit to allow you to hang it right in the grow tent. So this is really pretty much a complete kit of everything that you need to hang this up and get going. And that's just a couple ropes and some little pulleys and some instructions there of how to put it together. And then there are 2 little, it looks like they're a stainless steel wire with some hooks on that actually snap onto the side of the grow light. So there's 4 little spots on the side there to snap the hooks on, and they're kind of like a cradle type hanger, and really easy to assemble, you can see. And that's all there is to it to get it ready. So it is a really nice package, and here's again are those stickers they send you. And I just can't grow that here though, maybe someday. So then it's on to the grow tent. This is a grow tent that's sized to work with that light. It's a 3 foot by 3 foot by about 6 foot tall. And again, that came really well packaged. Really want to be careful when opening it because it's a canvas type material, so you don't want a knife to stick into the box and possibly cut it or damage it. So you have to be really careful when you open it up. But it is a very heavy box and it is packaged well. So this is really pretty exciting to have a commercial setup to try next year for all my plant starts. And I'll probably be doing a follow-up videos this fall, starting some lettuce and stuff too. So you can see it's all packed in there really well. There's some corner pieces for mounting the frame together. And then there's a couple of straps in there. And there's some assembly instructions, and then there's a bag of real nice heavy duty poles for it. It's kind of like a tent almost, but it's a little higher quality, more heavy duty, the material they used in it. And here's the actual canvas enclosure itself there. So that's what comes in the box here. And we're going to go inside and start putting this together in a little while. But that's what it looks like all together. And there it is. You can see it's real simple put together. Just a couple poles. And they're all really labeled nice. And they all have like a letter on them. And it shows you right there how to put them together. And everything did fit together perfect. And there you can see there's a stamp on each one. And then there's the corners are really nice, heavy-duty welded metal, and everything fits nice and tight. So now I'm just going to put it together just for a demo here. And you can see those corners. I put the corners so that little black bumper is facing up and facing the floor. The bottom and top assemblies are really identical. You just snap them together, and it only takes a couple seconds to put them together. And everything did really, I was pretty amazed, everything did really fit tight. You can see the tubing was really nice and everything was straight. Went together well. So it's best to put the first three pieces together and then drop that top with the two ends on later, and snaps right together. And at this point they're still a little bit flimsy. You have to be careful with them. Then there are the uprights. There are two pieces that slip together for the uprights. And again, they're all lettered and they just snap right together. Same thing, the little push the button in and locks right together. And to take them apart, you just push it in and pull them apart, and it really is simple. So I'm starting to see the size of this here. You don't realize just how big 3 foot by 3 foot is until you start putting it together in a small area. I'm gonna have to make a room for this. I think I may set it up down in the basement eventually. But once you get those uprights on, I just start all the four corners of the top, and then they just snap together. And there you can see it's very, it's really pretty big. I can fit in there no problem, comfortably. Wish we had something like this back when we used to go camping to use for a porta potty tent too. But then once you get the tubing together, you lay it down on the cover and you unzipper. There's one long zipper that goes all the way around the bottom and part of the way up the sides and the top. And you have to unzipper that one and then slide the framework into it. And the first time it takes a little bit of getting used to, because you have to make sure that the tent is completely stretched out so that the corners will seat properly in each of the corners as it goes together. First time, as I said, you can see here, the first time it did take me a little while to get it all unfolded properly. Plus I'm working in a real tight space. But next time I'll go really quick. I'd say you should be able to put this together in less than 10 minutes the second time. And it's pretty amazing how nice it's all fitting. I was wondering how I'd get that frame inside there, and I figured it would be a big baggy assembly when you got done and it has nice zippers on everything. And there you can see I'm doing the final zippering up and assembly of it. So there are absolutely zero tools required for assembly. And then once you're done, make sure everything's really, tight in the corners like that, and stand it up, and there it is. Really thing of beauty. I had no idea it was going to be quite this big or quite this nice or heavy duty. Trying to just maneuver it so I can get the camera in there and take some shots of it. It's really hard to get a shot with the LEDs and stuff into a shiny assembly like this. And you can see I'm picking up some different colors in the background because I actually damaged my camera filters when it fell over in some rocks outside. So I'm waiting for some new filters to come. But there's what it looks like inside. It's a reflective. It looks like it's some type of an insulation. And the last thing you do is there are 2 hangers that go in there for you can hang plants from. And then there is another hanger that goes in the middle that's got a little bit more of a drop that allows you to hang the LED light on it that I just showed you a little while ago. And there are lots of vent areas and lots of places for ducts and fans and stuff, which I'm really going to have to look into and see what's required to properly vent this and use it. But everything's there to get going. Then there's a bottom tray that goes in there. It's another piece of the same material that's sewn up on the corners. That looks like it's a really nice drip tray. And it has Velcro on the 4 corners that just go around the pole and locate it in place. So there's, basically what it looks like. The bottom tray fits in there nice, and you can see there's some vents. I'll show you them from the outside. And there's doors, front, rear, and side, and all the vents have little closures that you can pull them closed, or you can open them up and put your ductwork in there. And there's feed-throughs for the electrical, and probably going to need some, I'm going to see if I can use some smart things to actually monitor the temperatures and operate fans on this when I get going. And there you can see what the feed-throughs look like on the outside. And there's a zipper door there on that side, and there's another one on the other side. But everything really did fit together perfect. They did a really great job. And there's the electrical wire feed-through. And there's the other door on the other side, and then the big one's on the front. All the zippers really work good. They're a nice heavy-duty zipper. And they do actually have a overlap so that no light comes out. And I'll show you that in a little while. So I got it together. Now it's time to hang the grow light, and they give you that hanging kit with the light, the 2 ropes with the hooks. Just hook around that top bar in there. Really super simple to put it together. And then the other hooks go on those hangers, those wire hangers that I put on the grow light that snap on there. And it doesn't take long to get it in there, and it's fully adjustable. You can adjust this light from the bottom of the tent all the way up to, you can get it up to about 6 inches from the top. The hangers take up a little bit of room. And it's my first time turning on the light itself, and oh my God, it's like this. When you crank that up to high, it's like the sun in there. It's just unbelievable. Such a difference from the lights that I've been using. And it is, the nice part is that it's adjustable for the different stages of growing too. And there's no fan, no noise, no nothing. And there you can see the hanger kits, and you push that little button to adjust the ropes down. And, it all goes together in a couple of minutes, and you've got everything that you need in one kit there. And this is looking at it from the outside. I turned on the lights, and I went around and I tried to find any hint of light coming out. And the only place I did get some out was those vent openings I didn't have fully closed. But otherwise, you can see it's really a perfect chamber for the light. And there's a screen panel on the front you can pull out, look at your plants if you want. I'm just kind of looking in there at that. So, you can keep an eye on things while it's growing without opening the whole thing up. And there's some vent panels on the bottom that you can pull out too. and a couple clips on the side, and they give you this little hanger that goes on the side there for any paperwork you need. And it came with a couple extra pieces of material that, you know, would be good if you ever had to sew on a patch or anything, and a couple straps that'll show you what they're for in a while. This is really going to be awesome, being able to control the light and the temperature and everything else in this chamber. And there it is, Mars Hydro. Yeah, you can see even the top, everything really stretched out nice, and you know, once it was finally together, it really does look sharp. And the only thing, the zippers are really nice, and the material is you know, fairly heavyweight. And there's you can see there's like a overlap on the zippers to keep the light in. The only thing is, if you have kids, there's no zipper on the inside. They're all on the outside, the little handles. So you want to make sure that your kids don't get near it, because they could get themselves, you know, one could zipper another one in, which wouldn't be right. And you know, all the zippers are same heavy duty quality on all three of them. And everything does have a good, you know, light seal on it when it's zippered up. So they did do a nice job putting it together. And there you can see that light just fits perfect in there. Everything is, you know, just goes together so nice and easy without building anything. And then I brought up those plastic containers I used to hold the seedlings, and I could not believe that 4 of them actually fit in this tent here. They just fit perfect, and there's a hole in the middle where you could put one more plant, and you can see the illumination is really even across the whole thing. It looked like a great LED panel, and it you know, it does do what they say so far. And then I just I had to take it apart. I've got to put it away until I, you know, get around to starting things, but decided to try to fold it up and put it back in the box, and it took me about 5 minutes to get it apart. And I did get it almost down to the size it was originally. And those couple of nice straps they give you actually work perfect for holding the box closed when you do get it, you know, packed up. So you do have a good place to store it also. So I just thought I'd do an unboxing and just first looks at, you know, this light assembly and the actual tent assembly. And, you know, it is a good commercial duty unit that should really give me great results, and we will find out about that in the fall. And I'd really like to thank Mars Hydro for, you know, giving me the chance to try out this type of equipment, because it just looks like it's gonna do an amazing job. And I'll put some links in the description to the product on Amazon, where they really do have a lot better specs and a lot of things that I probably left out here that might mean more to you. So this is the first look at it, and I figured while it's there, I might as well take a little nap and get a little bit of vitamin D. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.